Finding problems? That's easy. They exist in every community. I'm Terry Springs, your host. We're looking deeper, and we are talking solutions, finding out how we all can make a difference. Today on Talking Solutions, I've been waiting for this interview for a while. Very excited to welcome Heidi Hayes. Yeah, you remember her from Fox 5? Now she's with the LVCVA to give us an update. Glad to have you here.
Thank you. It's so nice to be here.
I've been working on this for probably 3 months now. Because even though the LVCVA work is global, a lot of locals are really curious because we live in such a special place.
We do. I'm so proud to be with the Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority. Having been born and raised here, yes, I'm one of the few natives that over the age of 30 that was born here. So it's really important to me to serve their mission and bringing people here to Las Vegas to visit and do their business.
I can't even imagine the changes that you've seen in your 25 years on this planet.
Oh yes, thank you. 25 years. That's all. I know. I'm very seasoned for a 25-year-old.
You pick up stuff really fast.
I really do. Yeah, this town has changed tremendously. When I was growing up, there were about 300,000 people when I was in high school in about the 80s. And just to see where it's gone and how it's grown up and how people see it all around the world, it's really amazing.
I consider it to be the most unique spot on the planet. And we used to have fun when I'd be doing the DJ thing. Years and years ago at night, I'd ask a question and I'd say, what's the strangest thing that a tourist or a Las Vegas visitor has ever said to you? And I'd get people calling and saying, well, we were standing in the taxi queue outside the Sands, and some visitors were looking across at the volcano that was erupting at the Mirage, and they said, how could they possibly build a casino so close to a volcano?
Oh my gosh. Really?
Yes. The stuff we hear around here.
Wow. Well, I always got you live in Las Vegas, they have homes there, and I think now that perception has changed for some, but back when we were just a one-stop gambling town, people didn't realize that there were real people and real jobs and real homes and schools and all of that.
No matter whom you talk to, no matter where they're from, the fact that we live in Las Vegas makes us special too, I believe.
I believe so too.
It's a great place to be. I think the LVCVA, in picking up you as an asset. Heidi, I used to watch you, of course, on Fox 5. Everybody did. So we know a little bit of your history. And knowing now that you're a native, you've been here the whole time, and now you're working for the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority. I'm so curious about all the different things that the LVCVA does.
Well, our mission is to promote Las Vegas as a premier destination for both leisure and business travel. So we market ourselves all across the globe as being a place where you want to come, whether you want to come in for a family vacation or a bachelorette party or to see the new show on the Strip or try one of our many fabulous restaurants, or you're a business traveler, you come in for the CES show or other conventions, trade shows, and meetings we have. Whatever your reason, we want you to come because our number one goal is to put heads in beds. We want people to fill up those 150,000 hotel rooms because when they come, they spend money, and that supports hundreds of thousands of jobs, and it keeps this community going.
It's a big part of our success, no doubt. We just recently came off the NASCAR races at the Speedway, and what did we have, like 135,000 people in the stands there for a race, and I had heard numbers in excess of $160 or $170 million added to the economy, and I know NASCAR fans love being here, and how would you not love this place?
Well, NASCAR is the single biggest sporting event in the state of Nevada. It draws about 150,000 people each day. So over the course of those 2 days, about 300,000 people, and 120,000 of those come from out of town. So again, they're the ones who come in, they have to find a hotel room, and they're going to the restaurants. And what's amazing about NASCAR, though, it's such a community, it's such a fun atmosphere, and it doesn't matter who you are, what kind of money you make, where you're from. Everyone together is there for one reason, and it's to enjoy this fantastic race. And I hear all around that Las Vegas is the favorite for a lot of these fans to come. They come from far and wide because they know Las Vegas offers a great experience. I mean, look at the weather compared to where some of these people were coming from. Wouldn't you rather be in Las Vegas on this March day than perhaps any other place?
So NASCAR is beautiful. It was great.
It was.
And I was watching on TV, too, the lead-up pieces to the actual start of the race, and it was on Fox. They had one of the drivers, and they were interviewing, and he was sitting in the high roller. What a photogenic city.
And that's one of the great things about these special events like NASCAR, which, by the way, you asked how much money it generates, about $165 million for our community just over those couple of days. But what's great about having these high-profile sporting and special events, people watch it all over the world. So they are seeing that interview of the high roller, and they're looking at all of these amazing resorts and amenities that we have. So it's great exposure through the media that we get when we host these events.
Yeah, and with the Speedway, too, I know in the summer, I believe it's June, when they bring through Electric Daisy Carnival, filling the place up for 3 nights with a whole different set of people, and it books up all the hotel rooms, and it makes a crazy amount of money, and it's good for all of us.
Yeah, and it's the diversity of the events that come here. Like you just said, Electric Daisy Carnival, probably not your NASCAR group. There might be a little bleed over there, but 2 very different events. But again, Las Vegas is somewhere where you can find something for everyone. So it doesn't matter what event you come in town for, you can really play everything.
Heidi Hayes is with us today on Talking Solutions with the LVCVA, Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority. We were talking numbers. We set some records in visitors here last year, right?
We did. 2014, we welcomed 41.1 million visitors, which was an all-time high. We were pushing for 40 million, and we just flew right past that and got up to 41. And we're so proud that so many people are coming to Las Vegas and enjoying everything it has to offer.
41 million plus, and I would imagine the number will just keep going higher. That leads to a ton of tourism-related jobs.
Absolutely. In fact, nearly half of all jobs here in Southern Nevada are supported by tourism. So to have more people coming, the 41 million, means more people are working. And all of those sustained jobs, even if you don't work in the hospitality industry, maybe you own a restaurant in a neighborhood. Well, a lot of your customers probably work in the hospitality industry. So it's that trickle-down effect. The more people who come, the more money that is spent in this community.
Good for everybody. A lot of tourism-related jobs. When you've got the cable or the, in my case, CenturyLink, the Prism TV, you've got all these different channels and the government access. I know I watch the county channel a lot, and there are TV shows. I've seen you on it, also with the LVCVA, filling us in on what's going on. Love the city, love talking about it, like watching you even on the government access channels on TV with the shows with the LVCVA. I think that there's a lot of interest in what you do. And I noticed in some of the pieces that I've seen, the LVCVA efforts, we've talked about global. A lot of times you'll be out maybe talking with people as far as China business. There are really good reasons for that because international visitors, don't they spend more money in Las Vegas than the average visitor?
Absolutely, they do. And in fact, the LVCVA has 12 international offices that touch about 70 different countries. So we're very interested in getting those international tourists here. You're right, they do. They come here. They plan earlier because, as you may know, if you go internationally, you have to kind of plan ahead. So they plan further out. They stay longer. And they spend more money. So we love to have the international travelers come out. And also the business traveler, if they're international, they may come out for a conference. Say they came out for International CES. They've never been here to Las Vegas. They come out, they do their business, and they think, hey, I want to bring my family back here too. So we are very focused on the international traveler. And in fact, about 20% of that 41.1 million, they were international.
Yay for us.
Thanks for mentioning my cable TV gig because, I got to get my TV fix in.
I like that show. 360.
Yes, Las Vegas 360.
Yeah, I do. I watch these things. There's so much neat about this city. Why not watch that stuff? Why not put together a show for all of us? And we're doing the radio version of it today, and we're so glad to have you here with us. As far as the LVCVA, maybe a local says, great, they go out and they pull people in, but what do they do for us? I'm of the feeling that Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority actually does a lot of things that benefit locals. Sometimes when big conventions come to town, they will leave behind gifts or gift us with certain things.
The trade shows, conventions, and meetings that happen here, a lot of people don't know that more than 22,000 meetings, conventions, and trade shows happen. We notice the big ones that come here, but we have so much more. And the people who come here for business, a lot of them do what's called corporate social responsibility. So they want to come out and do their business, but also give back to the local community. In a couple of months, we have a conference coming in, and they're building a park for the people here of Las Vegas. During International CES, about 11 truckloads of materials from the show floor, whether it was chairs or wood or cabinets, those were donated to 3 different charities around here, including Opportunity Village and Habitat for Humanity. So the trade shows that come here, they really do. They give back to the community by going out and rolling up their sleeves and maybe building something, or just the mere fact that they bring all of these materials to the convention center or to Mandalay Bay or the Sands Expo, and they give it back to the community. And Opportunity Village can help build their magical forest, or they can do things with these materials instead of putting them in a landfill.
I know that when NASCAR was here, I just saw a TV piece about Tony Stewart, one of the biggest drivers in NASCAR, helping to build a house for Habitat for Humanity that's apparently going to go to a Henderson family.
And don't you love how, back to NASCAR, these drivers, they're so accessible to all of their fans. They do a lot of charity events. They do a lot of autograph signings. And I think that's also not just unique to Las Vegas, but Las Vegas is also a town that these drivers probably want to go see and kind of meet people and experience some of the things that we have to offer.
It's just good for everybody. It's a positive experience all the way around. You mentioned all of the different, 22,000 different conferences, conventions, and such that we have. That's where, when I hear that we are not big enough, I think we have a ton of convention space, but apparently we don't have as much as we could have to really get the full benefit. The news has just come out recently about the sale of the Riviera. After 60 years of operation, apparently it's now going to belong to the LVCVA. We had the implosion of the Greek Isles, which I remember as the Debbie Reynolds before
the
that.
Paddle wheel?
Yes, I do. It was the paddle wheel when I got here in 92. We've had those events happening within not too far of a distance of where the entire convention center area is. This is part of a bigger effort, right?
Well, Las Vegas is the #1 trade show destination. We've been named that for the past 20 years, a record 20 years, and we intend on keeping that. Right now, the Las Vegas Convention Center is at capacity. We can't bring in any more new shows, and frankly, the shows that we have, the largest that are in the United States, they can't grow anymore because we don't have enough space. So the LVCVA did purchase the property that the Riviera sits on, and we plan to expand our convention facilities. And we have learned that through expansion, we could attract as many as 20 new shows here to Las Vegas, which would bring in an additional 480,000 convention delegates. So the expansion will keep us #1, and that's what we want. We want to stay ahead of the competition. Convention business is a serious competitive business, and everyone knows Las Vegas is king. So we have a target on our back. So we need to keep ahead of the competition, and this expansion will not only keep us ahead, but put us decades ahead of them.
When you talk about the kind of competition that there is for these shows and these dollars, I know that we went through an event here within the past couple years where the NFR was being courted by Orlando, Florida. They actually got it away from us for a few minutes.
That is a perfect example of a lot of destinations doing whatever they can to get this business. But in the end, whether it's the NFR or we just had a major trade show who was shopping around a little bit as well, in the end, they know that Las Vegas, they not only provide the best value for the people coming here, but it's Las Vegas. It's an experience. And we know that we can attract more people if the destination is Las Vegas than perhaps any other destination.
Absolutely agreed. There's one coming up now. My next one on my radar. When I saw the promos saying that the ACMs, the Academy of Country Music Awards, in April are going to come from Jerry Jones' big stadium down there for the Cowboys in Texas, I'm like, that's supposed to be here every April. Obviously, something happened to where, and I think he's a wheeler dealer anyway, but I think they did something to pull it to Dallas. saying, hey, you should be here. No, they should be here, and I believe they will be here again. They're going to go have this one-time experiment in Texas and find out, yeah, this is nice, but everything that Las Vegas has to offer is so much more than any place else.
Well, and that's interesting that you bring that up because sometimes these events do go away, but they don't go away for long. They typically come back because, again, Las Vegas is an experience that no one else can offer.
When these convention delegates get out of the meetings that they've been in all day or on the floor for the show and the evening comes, in other cities, what exactly are they going to do? Here, it's absolutely limitless. The restaurant choices, the different opportunities, nobody has shows like we have. There's no way you could match what we can offer.
Well, we like to say the park never closes. So the convention delegates can stay on the show floor and take care of their business. And knowing that restaurants stay open late and the opportunities to go to shows, which become networking events for these people or team building activities if you go out for a special dinner, those all help in the entire experience of the convention delegate. And that's one reason that our research shows that when conventions come here to Las Vegas or rotate in here, attendance goes up 8%. And it's because people know that they can not only get their work done, they can also enjoy what the city has to offer.
It goes with conventions. It goes with sporting events. Mm-hmm. For instance, the Mountain West, they had the tournament, and other schools from other places were always whining, well, we shouldn't have it in Las Vegas. That gives UNLV an advantage. So they finally got to the point where I guess a few years ago, and my husband being much more sports-oriented than I, he filled me in on all of this. I guess they moved it to Denver. They put it in the Pepsi Center there, and they thought, well, it'll be right there on the Front Range of the Rockies, and it's close to a lot of the schools. And the attendance was nowhere close to what it is when it's here in Las Vegas.
Yeah, again, because people want to come to Las Vegas. They want to do things. They want to go to that basketball tournament. Absolutely. They want to cheer on their favorite teams. They want to support their favorite players. But also, they want to do something else because that game, frankly, only lasts a couple of hours, or the tournament only lasts a couple of hours, and they want to have something else to do. Did you know that Las Vegas is the only place that hosts 4 different men's basketball championship conferences? We have them all these next 2 weeks, 4 of them. So it's catching on that Las Vegas is a good place to be.
Yeah, I think they're finding out that there's just no comparison. And the whole thing with March Madness, this is going to be nuts.
March is our top month, actually. Last March, we had nearly 3.7 million people come for just the month, and that was the all-time high for any other month. And it's because of all these sporting events, special events. We have Big League Weekend happening this weekend at Cashman Field, and March Madness is definitely one of those that is a draw.
It seems like that whole area is growing, too, and I know that I just saw them on TV the other day doing the groundbreaking for yet another arena where Wet n Wild used to be, south of the now SLS, former Sahara. I know they're building an arena near New York, mm-hmm. with MGM. There's a lot of activity in that area, and of course all the talk about a hockey team, and it's all about sports, so that's another area we could see some growth in. That would be just terrific.
Well, you talk about the development. We have more than $9 billion in development, from the arena to a new Resorts World Las Vegas, which is a new resort proposed on the Strip. So $9 billion worth of investment. It really shows that there's long-term confidence in this community by all of the resorts and the businesses, that they know that we're not a flash in the pan, obviously. We have decades of experience to prove that. Not only that we're progressing and we're looking at the future and we're building these things because we know we can handle it.
Las Vegas is always changing. I know you've been here your entire life. I got here in 92. And if you just look at the whole landscape of the Strip, and look at it from a distance, like I can go off on Durango and south of where we are here in the Beasley Building, and I can see the view of everything on the Strip, and I can point out item after item after item. There are more things that are new since I got here than previously in existence. We used to joke that if anything got more than about 20 years old, we just implode it and move on. Las Vegas is always changing.
That's what makes people want to come back. About 84% of our visitors are return visitors, and that's why they come back, because they know there's going to be not only a new property, but a new show, a new restaurant, something else to experience on top of their favorites that they come back for.
Here in this last year, too, we've had so much come online with the Link and the High Roller, which I just love. I couldn't wait to take people onto that. And things like changing Bill's Gambling Hall over to the Cromwell and Giada de Laurentiis, her first restaurant with that mezzanine. And you see the Bellagio fountains across the way. I know in front of Bally's what they've done, the Grand Bazaar shops that have just opened. There is something going on all the time.
And the experience is never the same twice.
We are different that way. We are unique. What do you see from your perspective? I'm noticing out here in different neighborhoods, and I'm sure you are too, that construction of homes on a big upswing. We're seeing a lot of different bigger construction projects. You talked about Resort World, which is going to be where the Stardust used to be?
Yes, it's the Echelon that was being built and stopped several years ago right across the street from the Wynn.
There were several projects in that part of the Strip. Locked down, hunkered down while we weathered the whole recession. But signs of life pretty much everywhere.
Yeah, it certainly seems that way. And again, it's kind of reflective with the money that's being invested into the community by the community stakeholders. We do see good things happening. And to get some of these black holes on and off the Strip that are being filled up again, or construction that had stopped on, say, an apartment complex that is now up and running again, that's good signs. People will move here. People will fill those homes and apartment complexes if there are jobs to sustain them. And as we see more growth in the business community and the resort community, we will see more growth probably in the residential communities.
I think it trickles down. You've seen from Governor Sandoval even his emergency moves on construction for new schools. Because when the houses and the apartments are built and when the people get here and they get the jobs, they've got the kids, they put them into schools, schools start bursting at the seams. We've just had news again recently about a bunch more schools that will be moving to a 12-month schedule because of the capacity. So it's obvious that Las Vegas is growing again. There was a very, very brief time where we actually weren't. We were kind of stalled out, and I think there was maybe a year or two where we had a tiny dip where we actually lost a few people, but it doesn't seem to be that way at all anymore.
No, it doesn't, and that was the help of the Great Recession, where there was a lot of uncertainty with what was going on, but we definitely see things bouncing back.
Heidi Hayes from the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority is with us today on Talking Solutions. Heidi, I'm wondering, as locals, do you have any kind of a vision and insight on what we're going to see as far as the changes for the expansion of the whole convention center area? The Riviera, I know that there's going to be changes in May. What will we as locals be seeing in that area?
We are told that the Riviera will close May 4th, I think, is the date. And so after that happens, and after the folks that own the Riviera are able to get out what they need, we just own the property. So we just wanted the property. The Riviera will likely be demolished. We will have our people go in and find out maybe what structures that we could use. But as far as the clear vision, right now it's going to add about 750,000 square feet of new space, exhibit space for the convention center. But we see revitalization of that whole entire area. We want a business community. We want to kind of elevate what's there now and bring more people in to have their businesses and just kind of be there.
I heard that it would also give Strip access for convention center related activities, businesses, whatever. You don't really think about that. To us, the convention center has been here and it's grown over the years, but I never really considered the fact that if you were just on the Strip, the visibility is not there. But it sounds like it's going to be with the availability now and the ownership of the Riviera.
Yes, we will have a seat at the most iconic street in the world. We will have access from Las Vegas Boulevard into the Global Business District, which will be the convention facility.
It's all really exciting, but that's what this town is all about. It is exciting. We joke that on a weekend, should we drive into Las Vegas? I mean, it's there. It's near shows,
I can
restaurants,
see it.
everything. It's all that close. But the thing that delights me the most is when someone becomes a part of Las Vegas and when they settle in here and they realize how much there is to this city. It's exciting, and it's great to be part of it. LVCVA, always curious about it, because I do love the city so much.
We're happy to come out and tell you what's going on.
And that's why we asked you to come and visit us. Heidi Hayes with the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority. Thank you so much for coming in to join us today on Talking Solutions.
It's a pleasure to be here. Anytime I can talk about the city I love, I absolutely will.
Still to come on today's show, we're going to check back in with the Wagatel Walkathon people. That would be the Las Vegas Valley Humane Society. That big event, can't wait. Coming up 1 week from today. And Paul Milikivi from United Blood Services is here to give us an update on what's going on with them. Stay with us.
Hey, I'm Tori Russell, the founder of A Source of Joy Theatricals Broadway in the Hood, and I'd like to invite you personally to join us at the Smith Center March 13th, 14th, and 15th for a fantastic Broadway musical, Once on This Island. You can purchase your tickets today at www.thesmithcenter.com. Tickets are only $21 plus tax and service fee. Or you can reach us directly at 702-482-8777. We look forward to seeing you at Once on This Island.
Hi, my name is Melissa Smith, and I am the local representative for Forte International Exchange Association. If you are looking to see the world through new eyes, consider inviting an exchange student into your home for this upcoming school year. We're looking for volunteer host families that are willing to welcome 1 or 2 students into their home to enjoy an international experience that's like no other. I can answer any questions you might have, 702-994-9978. It's really a wonderful experience. Forte International will help you through it. ForteExchange.org.